We have for you a new kind of liposuction for those trouble spots.
Here's Dr. Max.
Jim, Sue, as we've told you before, liposuction has become one of the most popular cosmetic surgery procedures. The fat-sucking body sculpting technique works well, but can cause a lot of bruising and occasionally even some rippling and irregularities. Enter something to minimize all of that: micro liposuction.
Well, I'm going to have a small amount of fat taken from my inner knees, my inner thighs, and at the base of my tush.
Now, Louise Sand is not overweight by any stretch of the imagination, but she is a fashion model, and we know how important being slim is in that profession.
No matter how hard I work and how clean my diet is, that certain areas just aren't going to budge.
It's a common area for women.
It's those little pockets of fat that make Louise an ideal candidate for something called micro liposuction. It's essentially the same as conventional liposuction, but aimed at very small, well-defined areas of fat.
We can go after that bulge, remove just the bulge, but not remove any tissues surrounding it that may cause little dimpling or irregularities. So it's just a more specific type of sculpting of liposuction.
The micro lipo is done under local anesthesia and sedation using the usual tumescent technique that infuses the fat with fluid before sucking it out. But the key to the micro technique is the much slimmer cannulas that the surgeon uses to actually suck the fat out.
This cannula is much smaller, a couple of millimeters, and this allows us to be a little bit more aggressive in this area, go a little bit more superficial than I normally would in other areas, without fear of irregularities.
The micro lipo technique is especially useful in areas such as the inside of the knees. The so-called saddlebag areas on the hips are good too, as is the tummy when there's not a lot there. Jennifer Tucker had the procedure done and had less bruising than with conventional lipo.
The contours are very smooth, and I don't see anything that I'm not happy with when I look at my body.
Now, as Dr. Tornambe said, micro liposuction is not really any different from conventional lipo. The difference is a matter of degree. It's a refinement of the technique that causes less trauma and bruising, which usually means less pain and faster healing. But it is still surgery, so it has some risks. So go see a surgeon with lots of experience doing lipo and ask to see his results.